everybody. I'm just gonna go over a quick, maybe 10-15 minute routine on what you can do when you wake up in the morning. So after you roll out of bed, maybe just swing your legs around so that your feet reach the ground. And sit nice and tall. Eyes are closed. Maybe they haven't even opened yet. And let's start to come into our breath here. So slowing your breath down or taking nice, deep, long inhales in through your nose and even longer, deeper exhales out of your nose. You can place your hands on your knees. You can place them upwards as well if you're more open to receiving. So all your focus is in on your breath, on the inhale and the exhale. And inhale and exhale. You can even say that mantra, breathing in, I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I'm breathing out. I find that's a great mantra to say if your mind is already starting to wander. It just brings your focus back to what we're trying to focus on, which is just our breath, nothing else. And if thoughts start to creep in, just let them pass on through. Acknowledge them and let them pass on through. And stay here as long as you need. A morning meditation is a wonderful thing. But if you're ready to start moving, we'll make our way off of our bed. If you're not already on your mat or the floor next to your bed, make your way there. And we'll just come onto our backs. Slowly start to wake up our muscles. Remember to be very gentle with yourself. Know that each day can be completely different from the next. So if you spent some hours on the airplane, your body may be stiff, dehydrated. So just be gentle with yourself. Good. Give yourself a nice big hug, rock side to side. Start to rock and roll forward and back. And make your way all the way up into tabletop. So stacking your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. On the inhale, shine your chest forward. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, shine your chest forward. Exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale out. And come back to neutral. Take your right hand up into the air. Exhale, feed it through. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, feed it through. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hand to mat. Other side. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, feed it through. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale, hand to mat. Good. So now we're going to start to come into our first down dog of the day. If you feel like you're not ready for our down dog yet, then listen to that and let's just push back into child's pose. come into that down dog. Tuck your toes under and push back into your heels. So if you're in down dog, nice, gentle, bent knee. The bent knee is going to take our hamstring out of that down dog position, because what we want to do is be pushing up and back into our sit bones. We want to be pushing into our knuckles and all four corners of our hands, engaging your fingertips onto the ground. Maybe you can start to pedal your feet out one at a time. Again, being gentle with yourself. If you're in child's pose here, if you've chosen that route, then maybe walk your hands to the right and feel that side body stretch, and maybe walk your hands to the left. And once you're done with that, make your way into that downward facing dog. That gentle down dog with the bent knees. Good. So you're creating an inverted V. What we don't want to have happen is an inverted U here, where a lot of our weight is in our upper body. So push up and back. Nice. Breathing here. If you're up to 4, 5, 6 breaths, that's wonderful. Look to the top of your mat and step towards your hands. On an inhale, halfway lift, plug those shoulder blades onto your back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, let's rise all the way up. Reach with those fingers, core is on. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, so we're gonna come into Tadasana here, mountain pose. So your hands is kind of like ready pose. Your hands are down, shoulders back, core is engaged, tailbone slightly tucked. On an inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulder blades. Exhale, plant your hands down, step back, high plank. So you're finding high plank here. We can also have our knees down in high plank. But if you're feeling more energetic, knees are lifted. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog or child's pose. All right, so I will do that again with the other options here. So bring your hands back up, or feet back up to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, extend into Tadasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands down, step back, high plank, knees dropped or lifted. Exhale, low plank or belly. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog or child's pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. On the exhale, look to the top of your mat. Step or hop between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands down, step back high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Again, 3 to 4 breaths. So these are our sun salutations. We're warming up our body. Your breath should be getting a little heavier. We're moving through full range of motion. Ready, next exhale, look to the top of your mat. Step or hop between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Utkatasana chair pose this time. So sinking your bum down just a little bit. Tailbone is nice and neutral, so it's not out, it's not too far in, it's nice and neutral. Find that spot, core is on. sit back into your heels. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Let's take our right foot up and back. Good. Curl it into your nose and step it down, warrior one. Good. So if you have bad knees or ankles, your back heel can be lifted in Anjaneyasana. Or sometimes it just feels better, especially if your hips are tight. Let's come down to the floor, making our way into a runner's lunge. So two options here. Your back leg can stay lifted or you can drop it down. So we're getting into the hip here, a nice stretch, especially if we've been sitting long hours, or maybe you had a long weekend of playing outdoors and your hips are going to be tight from that as well. And placing the tops of your foot back onto the ground, let's reach up, opening up to the sky. And hand to mat, swing that leg around, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. So when we do that chaturanga, that high to low plank, you can always skip that and just come right to down dog if you're not feeling it. Good. Let's take our right leg up and back, curl it into our nose, step it down, warrior one, left side. Good. So again, if you don't like that back foot at a 45-degree angle, lift that back heel up and come into Anjaneyasana. And then bringing your hands to the mat. Again, back knee can stay lifted or you can drop it down. Getting into the left hip now, or the right hip now. And placing that foot down to the ground. Left arm up, reach to the sky. Good. Hand to mat, tuck that toe under, high to low plank, or just come to downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Let's hop on through to our knees. If that's uncomfortable, you can also sit crisscross on your bum, but what I mostly want is a nice, straight, tall spine. And what we're going to do is clasp our hands behind our back, place that fist on your right hip. We're going to get into the neck. So tilting your head towards the side that your elbow is pointed out. And then looking down towards your shoulder. Good, switch to the other side. Again, tilting your head toward that elbow. And then looking down. And again, feel free to stay in these as long as you need them. Some days you might find more tension in your hips, and some days you might find more tension in your neck and shoulders. Good. And release that out. Shake your hands out. If you want to do one more really good, energizing, wake up to the arches of your feet. Most of us have really tight feet. We don't even know it. So tucking your toes under, sitting back into your heels. For some of us, this could be very painful, and the pain kind of like gradually starts to increase as you sit into it. If you want to take a little bit of weight out of it, then just lean forward slightly. But if you can sit up straight, this is where your breath comes into play. So as that sensation starts to build, see if you can sit in it, let that kind of build. That's when the pose starts to work. Send your breath there, send your breath to where you need it. And then come on to your hands, let your feet out. They're gonna be stiff, but just pedal them up. Let's do that one more time. Let's wake up our feet. Get into those arches. All right, and then make your way back onto your back. Find Shavasana. Actually, let's do one last thing. Bringing our legs up into the air. So you can take Viparita Karani, that's this pose right here. If you have something that you can place underneath of the small of your back, that's great. It just gives you a little bit of a boost, especially if you have tight hamstrings. This could be quite difficult. So having that little angle on your torso is helpful, or your pelvis, I should say. You can also find a wall, or since you are right next to your bed, you can put your legs up the wall or on your bed, and all we're doing is letting the blood drain from our feet back down to our heart. Very restorative. And you can stay here through the entirety of your Shavasana if you choose, or you can make your way into Shavasana. So let your arms come nice and wide, palms facing up, feet flopped open, eyes are closed. Do one scan of your body. Just make sure you're not holding on to any tension, especially in your face and in your jaw. Just let everything go. Stay here for as long as you need it. When you're ready to come out, make your way into fetal position on your right side. Take a second there. Slowly wake up again. And push your way up into seated. Bring your hands to heart center. And then taking your thumbs to the space between your two eyes, your center of intuition. Namaste. Thanks, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. I'd love to answer them for you.